making things better, redoing what can be redone, making amends for what can't be redone, but you can plant the seeds better. You can have a better crop of life force. You can have a better crop of life. You can have a better crop of friends. And don't make the mistake of thinking that you can stop drinking and hang out with your drinking buddies, because they don't want you to stop drinking. They don't want you to stop doing drugs. They want you to keep on doing it so they got company. So don't ever think you can keep your same friends. You have to change your life. And anybody who's an honest counselor is going to tell you that. You can't hang out with druggies and not be a druggie, because they'll constantly harass you. Oh, just take one hit. Oh, just a snort. Oh, just a drink. Just one sip. They don't care about you. They don't even care about themselves, or they'd be sober. So Saturn in Scorpio is going to affect world politics, because the egomaniacs are going to keep striving for more power. Just like Assad is doing in Syria. He is his father's son. His father appointed the right guy. Busy being a doctor, helping people. Now he's a murderous monster. The Middle East is trying to go through a transition into a higher consciousness. The imams who want people to be ignorant and uneducated so they stay in power don't want that to happen. So they're backing the regimes. All the religions that deal with power structure and male dominance are trying to maintain their power. We've had some callers talking about the Catholic Church, which is trying to maintain its power. We have ministers who tell you that all you need is wealth and to donate to their church and you will gain wealth. I don't know how that works. If you give somebody else your money, we're not talking about a tithe, but because you should tithe to support your particular spiritual vibration, your particular religious religion, I should say, not spiritual vibration, but your religion, because you're usually better than your religious vibration. If you tithe so they can keep on doing the good work, hopefully, that they're doing, that's different from giving your money away. Reverend Ike, remember him, everybody? Oh, he was the guy on television who talked about sending him your hundreds, your thousands, whatever you got in the bank, and he will say prayers for you. Well, I say prayers for you, and I don't charge. How about that? I'm not talking about the idea of paying a psychic, because we work hard and we are entitled to be paid. You don't go to your doctor and not pay the doctor. You don't go to the attorney or the accountant and not pay them. So we should be paid because we have a talent and ability and time. I'm talking about doing what is generous and right and reasonable. So we are supposed to be transcending the male-dominated religions and looking more inward, which is outward. You must go within to go without. You must learn who you are and what your spirit is all about so that you understand the universe better. So even if you volunteer at the local Humane Society and try to make it a no-kill shelter, even if you volunteer with Meals on Wheels, they need people to send out mailers. So if you say, well, I don't drive, if you can get to the actual office, call them and see if they need office staff. If you can get to the actual office, they need people there at the office to keep records and to accept donations and make the deposits in the bank and things like that you don't think of. Somebody's got to do that legwork. So if you can make the world a better place in any way that you can, if you want to plant flowers in your front yard for your neighbors to see and enjoy, do that. Saturn in Scorpio will seem merciless to people who want the status quo. I'll repeat that again. Saturn in Scorpio, which is the female energy of God, the power to manifest, is going to seem merciless to male-dominated religions, male-dominated political structures, male-dominated countries. And there will be upheavals because we must have a balancing on the planet. We must have an equality of all souls. Because remember, so many lifetimes you live it as a male. Then, so many lifetimes after that, you become a female. So many lifetimes after that, you experience life as a male. And back and forth until you'll have the complete harmony. We say in esoteric astrology that when you're living life as a male, You're learning about spirituality through practicality, through logic. When you're living life as a female, you're learning about God through emotion, and then transcending out of logic and emotion into spirit. So you're learning the front of the hand and the back of the hand, the male energy of God, the female energy of God. One is not better than the other. One hand that you have is not better than the other. One eye is not better than the other. One liver cell is not better than another liver cell. The God force flows through everything. And this Saturn in Scorpio is a cleansing. It is not an accident. It is a purposeful moving through the astronomical cycles to make people think, change their behavior into something better, make the earth a better place, make themselves better, and move the earth forward into a higher consciousness. In a higher consciousness, we will have education. Not this nonsense that you get an award because you showed up for class, or that you're a certain color, and so therefore you're better, or a certain religion, so therefore you're better. You get an award because you've learned something and accomplished something. We will have less of the video games and more dance recitals, more music, more art, more study of science and mathematics and biology, more study of earth science, more study of history. By the way, on your local PBS channels, there is a program currently running by Michael Woods, and it's The Story of England. And they go back to pre-Roman time, and I think there are about 6 shows, and they work their way up to after World War II. Excellent program. They focus on a particular village. I think that's 3 villages together in the same area of England. And I think it's called Kibworth. And they are looking at the history of the world. And the history of the world has not been pretty in this cycle, because it's been war and dominance. If you are a God person, a spiritual person, you're not interested in dominating anybody else. You're interested in being equal. You're interested in learning from each other. You're interested in bringing joy and harmony to each other. And that is what the next evolution of our planet is going to be. Education, beauty, manifestation, kind behavior, and not overpopulation. Overpopulation was the topic of conversation in the 70s and 80s, and all of a sudden everybody forgot it and the planet blew up with too many people. Why are there so many people unemployed? Because there are too many people here. As well as the fact that the Republicans sent jobs overseas because it's cheaper and they make more profit in their companies. It's not just Republicans, it's anybody who is greedy. And every time you turn around, there's another story about another greedy bank. And just as you think it can't get worse, it does. But overpopulation does not help the planet. Too many people at one time, not enough room on the boat. So in this new consciousness that we will be experiencing sometime after 2012. Now, we don't exactly know the date that we are in, because when the Catholic Church created the new calendar, because every country or through Europe was on a different calendar, we can approximate within 30 years. And by the way things are looking through telescopes, we can approximate within 2 or 3 years. We are going to be in a place that is much nicer than it is now. Thanks for being with us. This is Linda Bennett, Metaphysically Speaking. See you next time.